Hello, my name is Chupacabra, and today we're going to be going over the play-by-play review of the crop circle. We'll be going over the NAFCAR track facts associated with the crop circle, we'll go over the 3 share codes, and I will be doing a play-by-play review of the actual track itself, which means I'm going to have it play and I'm going to be talking you through the track. I've got 2 other play-by-play videos to go over, and then we'll be releasing the next chunk of the NAFCAR schedule. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And thank you to everybody for your support. Alrighty, let's jump right into the NAFCAR track facts. The name of this track is the Crop Circle, and it's the 3rd race in the NAFCAR season. It's named the Crop Circle because the track itself is a literal circle around a field of crops. So it's quite literally a crop circle. Also, maybe aliens. Let's not rule that out. There are 3 share codes for this event: the NAFCAR sanctioned share code in brackets, the NAFCAR unsanctioned share code in stars, and the NAFCAR sampler. We will circle around after the NAFCAR track facts to which one you should do. The track style is a circuit and is 16 laps. This is our first circuit event of the season. Our first 2 events were both trail events. The track motif is a dirt road, which means 100% of this race is done on dirt road. This is the first dirt race of the season. Our first race was a mixed class, our last one was a road class, and this is our first official dirt track. The starting location for this course is the Ribera Rocosa cross country. The course length is 1 mile and is classified as a mini track. This is one of only 2 mini tracks on the entire schedule. The race's total distance is 16 miles or 16 laps. Tire wear is rated a 2 out of 6, which means you should use anywhere between 30 and 49% of your tires. For this track, you are turning left for the entire duration of the race, which means your right side tires will wear out a little quicker than your left sides. Damage wear is rated a 2 out of 5, which means you might accrue some slight damage throughout the course of the event. This track is pretty bumpy, so you might accrue some slight steering and engine damage if you come off the top of a jump a little too hard. The AI bots come in at a 5 out of 5, which means they have no problem racing this event. This track should take you about 8 minutes to complete on the NAFCAR sanctioned event, and the difficulty with all these things in consideration comes in at a 2 out of 5, which means it should be easy for most Forza Horizon 5 players. Alrighty, let's jump right into the share codes. The crop circle has 3 events, and it doesn't matter whether you have damage on or off. What matters is if you're using an S1 Unlimited buggy or any other car class or car type. If you're using an S1 Unlimited buggy, go ahead and use the NAFCAR sanctioned share code in brackets. This is the full event and the exact race we use throughout the season. If you're using any other car class or car type, go ahead and use the other 2 share codes. The share codes in stars is the full 16 lap event, whereas the share codes in the pound sign is just a 5 lap sampler. Just a reminder, this video is the official play-by-play video. So when we come up with these videos, we use the official event and we do it with damage on. If you want to complete in the NAFCAR League, your damage must be set to simulation. But this is totally your choice. You don't have to have simulation damage on if you don't want to. Alrighty, well let's jump right into the play-by-play analysis. As I said, this track is 1 mile and we're going to go 16 laps around it. This track is one of only 2 mini tracks on the whole NAFCAR schedule. I'm going to open this play-by-play by talking about the track itself, and then we'll begin to talk about the actual racing as we get ready to go here. Now, I want you to look at the left side wall. This is the wall that is going to basically prevent you from cutting off any part of the track. Now, you notice that it's segmented. This used to be one giant cement wall going around the ring, but what I had learned was you could race the bottom lane and just barely tap the wall every once in a while, and it would naturally slow down your car and would give you a really fast lap time. So what I did was I removed basically every other wall block. Now, if you touch that wall, it's going to completely stop your car. We don't wall ride in NAFCAR. NAFCAR is all about showing off your skill as a Forza Horizon 5 driver. Now let's talk about the opposite end of the track. On the right side, you'll notice some billboards every once in a while and a slight gap of open space. This is done on purpose. I want you to drive your car as hard as possible, but if you drive too hard, you're going to slide out of the second groove and you're going to slam into one of those barriers, and it's going to completely destroy your day. So you kind of have to choose, right? You want to drive the shortest distance around the circle, which will be your inside lane, along that very dangerous segmented wall, or do you want to drive in the upper groove, which is got a billboard every once in a while and has room for error? Now, ideally, to get the best lap, you want to combine both of these on the different sections of the race. So we'll talk about section 1. This is the introductory section. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of taking an upper line, and I'm going to kind of move to the bottom line, especially as we move down a little bit of these hills. Now, the track does have some slight elevation changes, and this basically adds to the instability of the car, right? So basically, you are turning left just about the entire duration. But if you happen to come off one of these small bumps or random elevation changes, and you're holding that steering wheel to the left, you're going to basically spin out. So that's why you notice every once in a while, I tap my steering wheel to the right just to gain some extra, stability. Now, another thing you might notice is I'm basically sliding. I found that the best way to complete this track is to slide, to kind of have a little bit of skew in your car. You're talking about 16 laps around a circle in which you're turning left the entire time. So having kind of like a skewed back end will help tremendously with that stabilization. So I'm going to talk about section 4 here. This is section 4. This is the fastest part of the track. Now you notice once the hot air balloons start, there's no checkpoints. In this part of the track, you're meant to go as fast as you want, as fast as your car can handle. Obviously, the faster you go, you're probably going to be pushed up to a second or even maybe a third lane off of the track, and that's going to kill your time. Now, the fastest way around a circle will be the inside lane. So it's a little slower, but you're also making some pretty good speed. 16 laps. I think we're on about lap 6 or so. You notice my right side tires, the wear is a lot higher than my left side tires. My right side tires are about 21-22%, whereas my right side tires are holding around 18-19%. This is just, you think about it, right? A circle. The left wheel tires are going a shorter distance around than your right tires. So that's the reason why you have some of that disparity in tire wear. Kind of sliding your way through, feathering. This track is all about being on the edge. So you feather your throttle a lot. Really, during this high-speed section is the only time where I'm maxed to the throttle. See, I'm doing some feathering here. I'm into section 1. Section 1's kind of got this little uphill. We're going to go into section 2 here, begins at this downhill. Getting a little squirrely. Obviously, you're going downhill there, so you're going faster than you were going uphill, so it's a little harder to control your car. Section 3 and then section 4. Fast as you can, about 130. I'm basically 130 throughout that entire area. Section 1 again. And section 2 down this hill. And we're going to begin section 3 here. It's a little narrow coming through there. You kind of want to run that bottom lane. And then the end of section 3 here. That is a very dangerous spot. You see that arch and you see that building. If you come off that top of that jump, which we'll go through here again, you are going to smash that building and you're going to totally destroy your car. Actually, it's funny because on the very last lap, I will actually do that. And I decided to keep it in just so that you could see what happens when you mess up and you actually slam into a billboard or a wall, or in this case, that building. High speed. A little faster through here, about 136. Now, right now I am basically just running that second lane, running the upper lane. Come downhill, a little squirrely a little bit. So that jump that I was talking about is right here, right? So you go off that jump and you really don't know where you're going to land. So it's important to basically set yourself up for that. So you know you're going to come off that jump and you know you're going to get a little squirrely. So it's best to maybe slow down just a little bit. That way you can precisely land the car where you want. If you go full speed off that jump, by the time you land, you're going to already have hit that building. Kind of do the bottom lane there. High speed. Look how much sliding I'm doing. Just trying to keep it slid. Section 1 again, kind of uphill a little bit. Doing some feathering. Come down that little banking. Into section 3. And then this jump right here. Oh, and there I go. I smash it. Smash, just completely destroy my car. This track is just all about, feathering that throttle, trying to find that perfect spot between balanced and unbalanced. Should be the final lap here. So you can see 16 laps, should take about, 30 seconds a lap. I usually, like I said, average about 28 seconds a lap. So it takes about 8 minutes, 8 minutes. You see my steering's kind of messed up. The car's a lot harder to control now. You can hear it's taking him a second to switch gears. The final high-speed section. And here we are at the finish line. Well, I know probably not the best play-by-play I have, but, I'm still learning, and hopefully I can get a lot better at doing this. Thank you, everybody, for your support and your time, and my next video will be the Twin Bridges, and it'll be another play-by-play. Thank you so much for your support. Have a great evening, night, morning, day.